given obviously the last week or so, you must be pretty proud of the boys tonight.
Yeah, I mean, it was. Of course, we need our goalkeeper to play well, and you have to have a little bit of luck along the way, Keith. Of course, but the effort and the endeavour and the commitment, what they showed, just shows you that that can get you a result. And I couldn't be more pleased. I was those signs against Man City, which I was pleased about. To go back to back against Man City and Liverpool, and in the manner we've done, I couldn't be any more pleased at what we've done tonight.
When you look, Steve, at the possession stats tonight compared to the City game, they were actually very similar, but it felt as though the team created, well, they did create more chances. It looked like you were further up the pitch. What was different about the two performances?
We've tried. That's one thing we've tried to do is be further up the pitch, so we can engage a little bit higher. And it's obviously something which is new to everybody. So I do think it's still work in progress, of course, but I was pleased the way we went about it. Yeah, of course we have to use the ball better. When we got it, we turned it over. Its first half, last 10 minutes or so, caused ourselves a few problems, and we have to look after the ball better. But certainly the way we approached it, I was very pleased.
You mentioned the goalkeeper there, Karl Darlow. He's been amazing all season. Is it his jersey now to lose?
Well, I'm in a fortunate position there. I've got two excellent goalkeepers, and one who's just got back fit, who was our Player of the Year last year. So Karl has waited patiently for his chance because of the form of Dubravka, but at the moment he's the number one at the moment because of the performance he's putting in. So I'm in that really, really healthy position as the manager to have two, three very, very good goalkeepers.
Last one from me. Any plans for the big 6-0 tomorrow?
I don't need reminded of that, Keith. Thank you very much. And you just tell it the nation, don't you? I don't. When you get to 60, wow. I think I've just said to our local people here. It's since I left Newcastle in 1976, I've been involved in football for 45 years or whatever it is. So to be 60 and still in and around it, and getting a draw against Liverpool can't be bad.
Cheers, Steve. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks, Keith. Damien Spellman.
Yes, Steve, there's been a lot of stick flying around in the last few weeks, but your team certainly played for you tonight. I mean, that gives you all the answers you need.
Yeah, and I hope that's reflected for the team, not necessarily myself, because we were all disappointed what happened a couple of weeks ago in a big cup tie. We blew an unbelievably good opportunity, which has disappointed everybody, me included. So the one thing you have to do is respond, and those signs against Man City, we've played arguably two of the best teams in Europe back to back in the matter of 2-3 days. So the way they've responded, I couldn't have been any more pleased.
Thanks, Damien. I'm going to go to Michael Grimes.
Hi, Stephen. First of all, happy birthday for tomorrow and all the rest of the new year.
Thank you.
And secondly, back to the game tonight. You said before you played two of the best teams in Liverpool and Man City. Do you feel like the performances in those two games will give yourself and the team confidence for the rest of the season to kick on and ultimately get as high up the table as you possibly can?
Well, I hope so. It breeds a bit of confidence when you take something off of one of the big teams like Liverpool, and they are a wonderfully gifted football team. So we should take a little bit of confidence for it. We've got another big game, and the energy levels we hope are there for everybody, and we recover because we've got another big game at the weekend in Leicester, who are a very good team themselves.
Thanks, Michael. Chris Wolf.
Hi, Steve. You mentioned Karl already, and obviously this season he's been brilliant regularly. Can you just talk a little bit about how important he has been and sort of how impressed you have been with some of his performances?
Well, certainly when you play Liverpool or you play in the big games, then you're expecting your goalkeeper to make a save or two. And to be fair to Karl, all season he's produced some very, very good saves. And I couldn't be more delighted for him as a lad, because he's had to wait patiently and see Dubravka, who was last year's Player of the Year. And what he needed to do was grasp the opportunity which fell before him, with Dubravka getting injured, running in the park. Would you believe? He's grasped the opportunity, and at the moment, he's the number one goalkeeper. At the moment, where I'm in a fortunate position where I've got 2, 3 very, very good goalkeepers. So that can only be healthy.
On to the last 4 raised hands for this section. Scott Wilson first.
Hi Steve, just a word for Matty Longstaff as well, who I thought really kind of set the tone for that midfield display, closing down, harrying, hassling. I mean, what does he give you, and what has he had to come through to get back to where he's at now?
Well, there's no disputing that. I think the contract dispute, or that's not what you call it, since that was resolved, and there's no doubt it took it on him. He lost an awful lot of weight, and of course the other thing was obviously he couldn't shake off a thigh injury, which was bugging us all, to be brutally honest. So in the last few weeks, and he's looked more like himself. He's had to wait patiently, but he's reminded us again of why I put him in the team in the first place. So I was delighted for him, in particular. What a couple of games to come and play in Man City away, in Liverpool. But you're right, I thought he did set the tone. He's got a great attitude, the kid, and has give everybody a lift for the people around.
Thanks, Scott. Ian Murtha.
Hello, Steve. How are you?
I'm okay, Ian. How are you, sir?
I'm all right. You don't look a day over 59, by the way.
Thanks.
On Matty, can he now expect an extended run in the side? I'm bearing in mind how he's played again.
You say an extended contract. Oh, geez, he's just signed one. Well, look, the way he's played very, very well. We'll see how he recovers. As I said, I worried about him for a long time. Over the last couple of months, he lost a lot of weight and didn't look himself, and had a horrible niggling injury, which niggled away at him and was never right. So we've had to wait a long time. But today he's again, when he did it in his debut a few months ago, whatever it was, against Man U. Just what a good player he is, the kid, and he's done very well. I'm delighted he's back.
Miles Starford.
Just a quick one for this section. Any update on Jamaal and Sir Maximum in terms of their comebacks?
Jamaal might be in front of St Maximum, but I can't see Jamaal for the weekend. And certainly St Maximum is still going to be a few weeks away.
And last one in this section, Lee Ryder.
Steve,
Hi, Lee.
how will you reflect on 2020? Because never really been in any relegation danger, but there's been a few ups and downs along the way.
Well, Lee, if you're in the bottom half of the Premier League, then you're going to have ups and downs. And I said when I walked through the door, our aim is, can we try and nudge towards getting in the top half of the league? We were 3 places last season. As we sit at the moment, we're 2-3 places off it. So we've got to keep striving towards that. It's been difficult, Lee, very difficult work with COVID, with no supporters. The one thing that makes this club unique and why it makes it a real big club is the amount of supporters we have. And St James's Park becomes a different animal to what it is at the moment, and I think we've suffered a little bit from that because of our wonderful and truly loyal support. We've been without them, which a full stadium here tonight, for example, would have, I'm sure, enjoyed what that team have given them tonight.